There was once a book so dangerous that simply owning it could ruin lives. It exposed truths powerful people never wanted revealed. And then, it disappeared. Stay until the end, because the final chapter reveals why this book may have vanished on purpose. Throughout history, books have been burned, censored, and banned. But some books weren't just forbidden, they were hunted. This was one of them. The book didn't challenge a single ruler or belief. It challenged everything: political power, religious authority, hidden agreements, secret histories. It connected events most people believed were unrelated, and it did so with evidence. What made the book truly dangerous wasn't speculation. It cited names, dates, locations, and internal contradictions within official narratives. It revealed how power was maintained not just through force, but through carefully controlled information. Those who read it described the same reaction: shock, disbelief, and then fear. Not fear of being wrong, fear of being right. The author was not a revolutionary in the traditional sense. They were a scholar, a collector of records, someone with access to archives most people never saw. For years, they gathered fragments of history: financial records, private correspondence, suppressed testimonies, and forgotten legal documents. Individually, these records seemed insignificant. Together, they formed a pattern. The author believed history wasn't shaped by chaos, but by coordination. Writing the book took years. Publishing it was a risk the author understood all too well. They knew what had happened to others who revealed too much, but they believed the truth mattered more than safety. That decision would change everything. The book exposed how major historical events were not always the result of public decisions, but private agreements. Wars that began for reasons never officially stated. Economic collapses engineered, not accidental. Leaders installed, not elected. It showed how narratives were carefully constructed after the fact, not to explain events, but to justify them. Perhaps most disturbing, the book revealed how the same small networks appeared repeatedly throughout history, influencing different empires, ideologies, and eras. Different flags, same hands. Readers realized this wasn't about one country or one time period. It was about power itself. At first, the response was subtle. Reviews disappeared. Mentions were removed from academic journals. Bookstores quietly stopped carrying it. Then the pressure escalated. Libraries were advised not to stock it. Universities distanced themselves. Public discussion became taboo. The book wasn't officially banned, it was erased. The author began receiving warnings, some polite, others not. The message was clear: stop talking or disappear with the book. One day, the book simply stopped existing. Remaining copies vanished from shelves. Archives reported missing volumes. Private owners claimed theirs were stolen or confiscated. Even references to the book became difficult to find. The author also disappeared from public life. No interviews, no new publications, no statements. Some believe the author went into hiding. Others believe something far worse happened. Officially, nothing unusual occurred. Unofficially, everything did. You might wonder why no one simply rewrote the book, why the information wasn't recovered. The answer is simple: access. The author had access to documents that were later sealed, destroyed, or reclassified. Some archives were closed permanently shortly after the book's release. Others mysteriously lost records. Recreating the book became impossible, not because the ideas were false, but because the evidence was gone. History was rewritten again. Despite the erasure, traces remain. Footnotes in old papers, vague references in private correspondence, scholars who hint at its conclusions without naming it, readers who remember passages but no longer possess copies. Fragments survive like whispers, incomplete, scattered, and intentionally disconnected. Enough to suggest the book existed, not enough to prove everything it claimed. This was not the first book to disappear, and it won't be the last. Throughout history, knowledge that threatens power doesn't simply get debated. It gets buried, not always violently, often quietly. The lesson is not that truth doesn't matter. It's that truth has consequences. And those consequences are rarely paid by the powerful. Some believe the book still exists, hidden away in private collections or restricted archives. Others think it was completely destroyed. But ideas are harder to erase than paper. Every time someone questions official narratives, the spirit of that book returns. Every time history is re-examined, its influence grows. The book may be gone. Its impact is not. The most unsettling part of this story isn't that the book vanished. It's that its disappearance worked. Most people have never heard of it. Most histories remain unchanged. Power continues as it always has. Which raises the final question. If one book could expose everything, how many others never made it this far? Thank you for watching until the end. Write in the comments, do you think the book was destroyed, or is it still hidden somewhere? Like, subscribe, and we'll continue uncovering the stories history tried to erase.